Yeah.
Okay, go Stanley.
Kale,
Go.
tell us about the shitholes again. What are the shithole counties of South
The
Carolina?
shithole counties of South Carolina: Union County, Lawrence County, Allendale, Barnwell, Pickens, and that's about it.
What about What about 3.5 Forks County? Is that a county? We make it one 3.5 Forks.
That's a Commonwealth, I think.
I love how he acts like
we're going all Virginia and Pennsylvania on that one.
I love how he doesn't get that joke, but I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about. 3.5 Forks. Like he doesn't. Like okay.
He's really lost it. Anyway,
motherfuckers.
Can you imagine how much fun this show is going to be in football season when we have Kale here to start strength?
I hope so. I hope we have football season. That's what I'm saying.
We have football. That's true. That's true. We have football season. We have Kale here to stir the drink. We're gonna have to be on our fucking A game, Mike, because if we're not, it's just gonna be the fucking Kale show. he'll just take the whole damn show.
True.
All right.
No, real quick. Somebody on YouTube the other day, he said something in one of the comments in the comment section that I should dump the other two guys. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, this is a mind fuck. It's a mind fuck for real. I'm like, they are the ones who did the podcast. I said, first of all, I said, Mike, can cite you baseball stats from a fucking meaningless game in 1982. Okay? I was like, he's one of the smartest dudes I've ever met. I'm like, and Rob has their own show in the afternoon, 1400 in Columbia. I was like, what is your fucking problem? And they were like, well, when they argue, they act like high schoolers. I'm like, that's the fucking fun of it. I'm like, get over yourself, dipshit. You don't like it, hit the unsubscribe button. God damn.
God damn.
Do you know there's a dude in Facebook. I forgot his name now because there's so many people who hate me. But there's one dude who really thinks that this is my full-time job. Like he goes, all you do is you're just a podcaster. I'm like, do you think that's what I do? You think I work 2 days? I go, that'd be awesome. If I could work 2 days a week, okay, bullshitting around, and I have enough money just to pay bills and have 4 kids. That's how I go. Do you think that's real? He's convinced that's what I do. I won't tell him what I really do because people call my freaking job. But
I love the people who think this is all that I do. That all you know is you have a podcast, and you think because you went and bought a microphone that you know what you're doing. Dude, I've been covering sports in this state as a member of the media for like 11 years now. But
by the way, I think
as Kale said, if you don't like.
I think Aiken County's trash. I don't know about you. I think
Where?
Aiken County.
What's
Aiken
that?
County?
Yeah, you're pretty spot on with that.
Okay.
Yeah, Joe. Also, the home of Refrigerated Perry. So.
God damn.
Yeah, there are some people out there on YouTube who are doing it. And last summer I wasn't working. And I had a lot of time to study a lot of the people that I'm sub to on YouTube. I mean, we have some dudes out there with over 1 million subs. 1 million subs that just, there's normal guys. And that really has reached out to me, or I've reached out to him, and we've contacted back and forth by the name of Dame Drops. I don't know if you all know who that is.
Okay.
He has over 1 million subs, does fast food reviews. And he makes a living doing this stuff.
Well, this girl on YouTube, and I came across this by accident, but she was breaking down at a show where she broke down how much she made, and she showed like screenshots. Like it wasn't like how much she made per view, and kind of how. And I think she did like a fashion show. Like she'd come on there and talk about what she was wearing that day normally. But she would show how much she made, and she basically, that's all she does is a YouTube channel. which I'm like, I mean, that's awesome. But no, for people who know, this is not all I do. This podcast does not pay all. It pays some bills, but not all the bills.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Come on. Here's the fucking drill. When is that going to end? And I mean, with some of these folks, even with Dame drops, even with 1 million subs, at some point in time, YouTube stops pushing your shit out there for everybody to see. Because really, that's not where they get the money from. They don't get the money from their subs. They get the money from the views from people who are not subscribed to the channel, from the suggested stuff. And it's not always going to come hot and heavy like it has in the past, because it's pretty much an unpredictable income. I mean, other than like with with me, when I was a store manager with Ingles Markets, and I said, okay, well, Kel, your salary, you're going to make $1,250 a week. So you're going to make $60,000 a year. And I was guaranteed that. I knew that's what I was going to make every damn week. It wasn't like up, down, up, down, up, down. And then some weeks when that down is really down, and it goes down, and we just don't know how long it's going to be down, it can be the shits. So that's the deal with this damn YouTube thing. You don't know. And it's just like, goddamn. Anyway, getting on to more happier subjects, like Gamecock football. Never mind. Let's find a happier subject than that to get on.
Damn. I'll tell you what. Why don't we actually start the podcast here? Here we go. Welcome into the latest edition of the Rob Comrade and Kale Show. My name is Rob Sanders. I represent the Clemson Tigers on this podcast. I have two co-hosts. I have, of course, Vladimir Putin's water boy. He is the comrade, Mike Dobreski. Mike, good evening, sir.
Good evening. I am Professor Comrade. This is an educational show. In honor of Michael Jordan in the documentary coming out tonight, which I'm going to watch when we get off of here. Rob reaches and Kale and the comrade teaches. That's what we do. That's what we do here.
Sounds wonderful. Come on.
Factual.
Oh, fuck. All right. Well, I do have a third co-host for the show. He wants to wear some of Jim Cornette's suits from the 1970s. Goddamn! He is Kale Hall. Kale, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm not the third co-host. I'm the second. I'm the second co-host. You're actually the host, and
once again, educated.
First, be the second. And it's from the 1980s. Goddamn! It's a fucking green jacket, a pink tie, and black suit shirt. Yeah, that's the shit. I mean, he was the man. I mean, and here's the thing.
That could be you.
Here, goddamn. Here's the thing. We want to talk about these wrestling podcasts all the time. Some of the dudes that are hosting them, Jim Cornette for one, Arn Anderson. That I talk about a lot. Not so much Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross, but who else? There's a few more of them out there. Ric Flair, for one, that hosted one for one time. These dudes were fucking dicks. I hated them when I was growing up. I absolutely hated them. I wanted to damn crucify Jim Cornette. I wanted to put him up on a stake and slit his damn throat for damn hitting Baby Doll in the damn gut with that tennis racket and causing her to not be able to have children anymore. I hated him. Arn Anderson was a wrestler that I could not fucking stand. That son of a bitch. When I was
Kale hates everybody.
Rhodes fan. Okay, I was Dusty Rhodes guy. When he went out there and cut a promo on the so-called Arn Anderson, and he used to be, I was like, oh hell yeah, Dusty. And the only time I'm gonna tell you what, the only time that I ever pulled for that damn half-bald bearded son of a bitch in a match was Fall Brawl 1995. Well, me and my friend Matthew Harris, who has gained fame, he is one of the Rise guys on 93.3 The Planet in Greenville, South Carolina. we went to Fall Brawl 1995 in Asheville at the Civic Center. And Arn wrestled Nature Boy Ric Flair, his best friend. And I was 20 at the time. I was 20 years old. I wasn't even old enough to drink. I was drunk. I had drank a liter of Southern Comfort at one of my friends' houses in Travelers Rest that day. Then me, him, and Matthew Harris, we drove up to the pay-per-view in Asheville, drunk as shit. And I was pulling for him because these two son of a bitches, I mean, you don't know who to damn pull for because they're both assholes. And you've hated both of them forever. And I was like, he was like, who you going for, Kelster? I'm like, I'm going for Arn, motherfucker. And he's like, oh, why? And I'm like, because. I'm like, he's like one of us, you know? He's the shit. I was like, fuck that damn Nature Boy. Fuck him. I held up the damn four fingers when Arn, he came out. He came out to the Four Horsemen music, of course. And Nature Boy comes out to his own music because of course, he's all about himself. And it was a good match. I wouldn't say it was a classic, but they both beat the shit out of each other for like 20 minutes. And then right at the very end, Flying Brian Pillman interferes, and he accidentally kicked Ric Flair in the back of the head, and Arn hit him with old DDT, pinned that son of a bitch, and he won the match. So everybody thought I was going to turn Arn babyface, but it really didn't, because 2 weeks later, they all turned on Sting, who had joined up with them at some point in time. They all turned back heel again, and they were all back. It's just like we had always wanted it to be. But for that fleeting moment in time, I was an Arn Anderson man. So that's my wrestling story for the night.
Well, thank you for that. Your wrestling bit for the night. Thank you, Kale.
We got an argument on Twitter today.
I tell you what, Comrade, we have to thank our sponsors. We'll start with Callaway's Bar and Grill out in West Columbia. Highway 1, diagonal from the Walmart. Go by and check them out. You can go and get yourself some good food, some great wings. You can also get your beer to go. Go support them. They are one of the local businesses in West Columbia. There's only one Callaway's. There's only one. Go by and check them out. Highway 1, diagonal from the Walmart. Callaway's Bar and Grill.com. Comrade, we also have Dennis Wilson, DNC Trucking and Transport, another small business. It starts and ends with Dennis and Betty Wilson. They sponsor the podcast. They have the moment of truth segment here with the Comrade. Comrade, read away.
Do you know you didn't send me a script this week? You didn't send me one.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. But I'll read the one from last week.
I did. Hold on.
You did not
hold
send
on.
it?
You make sure.
Yeah.
I thought I did. If not, I've got it right here.
Okay. Now I can read the one from a couple days ago, but you know.
No, I've got
okay. All right.
Here, I will send it to you right now. Hold on. I thought.
Tell you what.
So calm down. I know I wrote it. I just didn't send it to you. Here, I'm sending it to you right now. Calm down.
Weak.
Everybody loves this segment, Comrade.
And you don't take care of business.
You got your email up?
I got it up. Yep.
Fuck off. I closed this deal. Eat a dick. Read away.
That's one of my lines.
I just emailed it to you.
It hasn't come through yet. Hold on. Gmail's a little bit slow tonight. There it is. All right. Let me read this. All right. It sucks to be a Gamecock. Clemson has more national championships in football than my piss poor team has conference championships. I hope the COVID-19 cancels football season. I do not want to go through the embarrassment watching my team win 5 to 6 games. Only dummies and people who rent houses from mommy and graduate from 3.5 Forks Junior College think we are winning more than 6 games. It is utterly shameful to be a Gamecock. Go Tigers.
That message courtesy of Dennis Wilson. from DNC Trucking and Transport. I have to give the comrade credit. He's able to read through those. I'm very because some of them like you see, I just sent him that. He hadn't read it before. And the inside jokes that are in that are outstanding. You see Kale put his hand on his face.
When I listen,
Kale
when I
pulled a Jim
listen to that
Cornette.
garbage, it makes me want to just, I don't know. It just wants me to scissor kick somebody from Sumter, South Carolina.
Why is NASCAR Vol commenting on the Gamecocks' 6 wins being a miracle? You are a Vol fan. Please don't. I mean,
Here's one of my YouTube subscribers. That's fine. He is what he is.
Like, good Lord.
They're astonished by small miracles. Okay,
It's
they are infatuated with Jerome Pruitt. The Butch Jones era is over with, which is probably the best damn coach I've ever had, and they shouldn't treat him right. And,
it's like
they've got redneck Jerome Pruitt in there,
but
the term y'all and high school.
Getting critiqued by a Vol fan is like Stevie Wonder making fun of my contact lenses. I mean, come on. I mean, give me a break.
Well,
you're blind as hell.
Jordan Bowman says, to be fair, Tennessee blew out South Carolina this year. First off, they blew them out in 2019. That wasn't this year. Second off, they rode a punt return for a touchdown to a blowout victory. As all of us know, special teams can just be. They can pull miracles in football.
They're special.
They're special. Special. That's why Frank Beamer won all those games at Virginia Tech. They blocked more goddamn kicks and punts from 1988 to 2008 or 8 or whatever 18 than anybody in the NCAA. They rode a lot of that to victories. That's exactly what happened to Tennessee. It shifted the momentum. You think Ty Chandler was better than Rico Dowell? No. You think Guantanamo Bay was better than Ryan Helinski? No. You think either one of those wide receivers who've been there for 10 years that nobody ever decided to draft them in the NFL was better than Brian Edwards? No. But guess what? That punt return for a touchdown sealed the deal. And that was exactly why the Gamecocks lost to the Vols in 2019. And I'm not going to say anything else about it.
Dennis Wilson accused a legend of domestic violence. He accused Randy Savage of domestic violence against Elizabeth. And I know for a fact it didn't happen. I don't know why I didn't know. If that would have happened, he'd be a football coach on Clemson's staff right now. He'd be alive, okay? And Dad would have him on the staff.
Oh, God.
So that's how I know he's innocent.
No, that's not true.
Dennis Wilson said that. Mm-hmm.
That's not true. He was just overprotective of her.
No, he was very protective, right. He was a loving husband.
Dennis Wilson needs to...
like a deuce.
Yeah.
Dennis the douche Wilson needs to get a damn grip on reality.
That's true. Good point, Mark Dudley.
I've just let the show
dickhead Wilson.
Yeah, I just let it go tonight. Let you guys have it, man. Have at it. I've got stuff to go over.
Yeah, exactly.
Rich Long says we lost to App State at home. Yes, we did, App. But remember, Rich Long, that program was built by Sparky Woods. And that's what happens. Sometimes your own legends are your own enemies sometimes.
Yep, App State, the team that beat Troy. The team that beat that dismantled Troy, the team that you had to cheat. And
that was horrible. I want to watch you know what? I'm going to post that on YouTube tomorrow. I'm going to post that play against Troy on YouTube tomorrow just to see how egregious that was. To say that he was down or his momentum stopped. Oh, he would, whatever. The ball's on his shoulder pad.
Oh, God. Don't go. You don't have to go back that far to show that play against Ohio
National
State.
champions.
That was do a goddamn tailspin.
National champions, bitches. National champions. Fucking deal with it. Do you guys have one of these? No. You know why?
I do. I've got an national championship shirt. I do.
2020 here. We're not talking historical
Not in
shit.
football.
I don't think my baseball one's
We can't talk
anymore,
historical. Well, I tell you what. Why don't we talk about something that happened in 2020? How about that?
Nothing's happened in 2020.
Fair.
That's the problem.
Nothing's happened in 2020, but
Just sitting home, not doing
this
dick.
happened in 2020.
Kobe died. That's about it.
Well, here's what did happen in 2020. On the football front, the University of South Carolina, their wide receiver coach, he told South Carolina, "You keep your $2 million, and then I'm going to give you $200,000 so I can get the fuck out of here." That shows you how much of a shithole that place is.
No.
You keep your $2 million. I don't want it. In fact, I know that I'm not going to have to coach next year because this motherfucker's going to get fired. I don't want to be here for just this season. Let me give you your $1 million this year, your $1 million next year, and then I'll give you $200,000
You're
back.
seeing it all ass backwards. You're seeing it all ass backwards.
Enlighten me as to. Hold on. Let's be honest. Does the math work or not?
You're seeing it all ass backwards. And want to explain what happened? Okay, first of all, our coaches on Will Muschamp's staff are in demand because they know they have graduated from Muschamp U. Okay? And so, and Brian McClendon, who, by the way, ran up and down Brent Venables' neck 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Embarrassed Brent Venables. Embarrassed him. Okay? He's not in it for the money. Okay? Because Brian McClendon, like a Will Muschamp protege, bets on himself. He goes, you know what? You know, I was demoted, and I understand why. But now I want to build my resume. I don't do it for money. I do it for long term. I don't do short term. Not short-sighted. Long term. I go to Oregon, passing coordinator, okay, and that leads to my next big job where I get back in here. Maybe one day you'll see Brian McClendon take over for Will Muschamp when Will Muschamp takes over for Bill Belichick in New England. That's probably going to happen. You know, it's one.
Kale, would you like to respond to this horse shit, please? No.
Well, it could happen. A guy, you know, I mean, he's in his feelings, and he wants to make a little, you know, he wants to make a little bit more for himself, and you know, I understand that, but it was a heat of the moment decision for Brian. I think he's young, and the guy's less than 40 years old. I mean, he's not, you know, he's not, you know, mature like myself, you and the comrade. So let's, you know, give him a break. His mistakes will come back to haunt him a little bit, I think, but he's got to do what he's got to do for the McClendon family, and I wish him best. I mean, I think the guy was a good offensive mind. I think he was a good offensive mind. I really just think that, you know, coaching under Will Muschamp, that he was probably just, let's just be frank, he was goddamn handcuffed a little bit. I mean, the defensive guru of the SEC. Oh, goddamn, I'm the defensive guru. I mean, this guy can go out and get a, you know, head coach, but he can get a defensive coordinator's job anywhere in the goddamn country. Says who? I mean, says the damn people that watched him play fucking Appalachian State last year in the goddamn second half. You couldn't fucking tackle anybody? Is that who he is? No, he's not. So let's just be frank. He went out and he did what he had to do. He got away from that shit-ass fucking dickhead, and he paid some damn money. He paid up front to help himself in the damn future. That's what I think about him. Good move. Next question. Fuck Will Musch. God, fuck that guy, man.
As you can see, Cal and I are not on the same page.
You know, we're not on the same page. We ain't even the damn same Tom Sawyer book. We're not in the same story.
That's the beauty
You're
of this.
reading fucking from this library, and I'm reading from this library.
That's this podcast. You get all kinds of angles. Two people of the same fan
And guess
base.
what? Your library
angles.
is wrong. Your library is wrong.
No,
The guy's a dickhead. He fucking sucks. He's a damn idiot. He's a fucking shit. They shouldn't have brought him back this year, and he should thank this year the fucking goddamn coronavirus for giving him a damn extension, because we're probably not going to have a regular season, which will buy him some more fucking time. It will be a season of 0, which will be good for us because it'll be a 0 losses, 0 fucking wins, and we can buy some more time and get out from under this son of a bitch for a cheaper fucking price.
I think the COVID-19 and Muschamp have parallels. I think they both are testing us.
Yeah, they both suck.
And if we remain strong, we will come out better at the end.
Lord have mercy.
Motherfucker.
Trust and will. Trust in him. He will take us to the promised land.
Hold on. Really? I've never understood how you could possibly defend this guy. He is a shithead, Mike. I mean, a shithead.
Once again, let me reiterate. Let me reiterate my stance. I am no longer. I kind of did a little Kale, but I am no longer going to argue with people, Gamecock fans who do not believe in Will Muschamp, because I understand where they're coming from. I used to, like a year ago, I used to sit there and get in arguments with like Kale and Lewis and people on Gamecock Central, but now it's hard to do. I've kind of lost my bullets, but I understand. But I still believe that he will find a way.
I've never, to be honest with you, and this is truth. I mean, he's wrong on that. On Facebook, I've never gotten an argument with Mike. I mean,
no.
He has his viewpoints. I have mine. I like Conrad, love him to death. I mean,
we never really argued.
He has, he's his own guy. He thinks he thinks on his own wavelength. I think on mine, I can't stand the motherfucker. He needs to go, and he's think. Here's the thing. Here it is in a nutshell. I think that I'm trying this on you here, sir. I think that Comrade sometimes he doesn't like to admit that maybe he was wrong sometimes.
It's just never happened before. That's why.
A lot of us do. We have something that we nail to our fence post, and we don't want to admit that we fucked up and we were wrong on it, and that sucks. And I think deep down, Comrade knows that, hey, this guy's a fucking idiot, and maybe he'd be best off as a defensive coordinator for Arkansas State, but he won't tell you that because he has too much pride in his opinion. I've
only been wrong a couple times.
And I get that. I understand that because I'm the same way. But I think that may be the case sometimes with the Comrade. I don't disagree. I've never publicly disagreed with him because I love the Comrade. I think Mike's great. But sometimes those opinions are they're a bit skewed, and I think it's just because of his opinion of things, and he doesn't want to change it because he doesn't want to look wrong. I don't see anything wrong in that.
Here's the thing. The day he was hired, I was all excited about it. I went to the Gamecock rooms, and no one was excited about it but me. And so it's been kind of this uphill battle.
Oh, you're right.
But I have been wrong at times.
Fucking who? I was like,
I have been wrong at times. I mean, I did say that when we hired Darren Horn, I told my buddy, my best friend, roommate, I said we watched his first game, and the year before Darren Horn, last year of Odom, had the same players, and they all were kind of lazy. And I watched Darren Horn's game, and they're diving for loose balls, and I'm like, we got a young guy in here. He's gonna sleep in the arena. I told my friend, I go, one day this court will be Darren Horn Court. I was off a little bit. I was off a smidge.
Excited about him too at first.
Yeah, I was really excited, and I also said that Chad Holbrook is a great baseball mind, and he will lead. He will keep the Gamecocks on top. And I will say this, but I do still like Holbrook though. I'm not gonna lie. I still was not happy with him in that Clemson game, the Seth Beer game. He made some unbelievable mistakes in that game, but so I have been wrong on occasion on coaches. Just Horn and Chad Holbrook.
My advice to you is just if you're going to bet on a South Carolina coach there, comrade, go with Dawn Staley. You can't lose with her. Kale, I have to ask you this, though, because
I will say this, though, real quick, though. I was right about Brad Scott. The day I met him, I thought he was a dick. And guess what? He was a dick and a failure. Brad Scott, I was right about. I pegged Brad Scott.
Bastard.
Can't stand him. Not a good person. He's a fake. He's a phony. He's a fake and a phony. Not a good person. Not a good person at all. Don't believe his scriptures he reads to you. Not a good person. Very much like Dabble, you're going to find out too down the road.
Okay, we've been hearing that for years. Kale, when were you done with Will Muschamp? And tell me, it was how many days after he signed that contract?
Cal was done with the day they hired him. Cal didn't like him from the start.
I was fucking done with him. I was done with him after the season opener last year against North Carolina. And that's because that's a game that we should have won. We should have won it. Get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know North Carolina had a great year. They went 6-6. Woo! With all this damn talent. And they've been damn coming in, and Mac Brown's got all this. But we were up 20-9. We were up by damn 11 points in the fourth quarter. We let them come back and beat us in our home away from home at the Carolina Panther Stadium, Bank of America Park, Charlotte. They come back. They fucking beat us. I was fucking done with him then. I was really almost done with him after the. All right, I was really almost done with him after the bowl loss, the Belt Bowl loss to Virginia. Okay, the first loss in a row in Bank of America Stadium, our home away from home. Okay, I gave that a damn pass. Okay, you cannot. I mean, why can we not get our star player Deebo Samuel? Why can't you get him? Why can't you talk him into playing in his last college football game? And this is my thing. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole here, but I was listening to Tater Radio the other day, which I don't do very often nowadays because since myself and Rob Sanders have been friends, he introduced me to the world of podcasts. I didn't even know that podcasts even fucking existed 3 years ago. But I've listened to wrestling podcasts, and now that I've got a new truck, I can get Bluetooth in this truck, and I listen to wrestling podcasts on the way to work, on the way home from work. And with the Corona shit going on right now, there's no sports to listen to. So I listen to these goddamn wrestling podcasts. Well, this one I happened to be fucking listening to fucking Tater Radio, and we're talking about what the fuck are we talking about? What was the question? What are we talking about?
Well, I was asking you when you were done with Will Muschamp, and you said it was after the Virginia loss, and then you said that you were going down a rabbit hole and you were listening to, quote, Tater Radio, and then you went off on a tangent saying you only listen to wrestling podcasts right now. But I don't know where the fuck you were going, but you were going somewhere.
I don't know where that
I was buying it, Kale. You could just pivot to fuck Muschamp, fuck his dog. I'm done with this bitch. That would be good.
No, wait a minute. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck I was going with this shit. It's not far from the tip of my damn tongue. God damn. Whatever the fuck. We were talking about him and we're talking about the damn Outback, the fucking Belt Bowl against Virginia. It just, I was done with him then, and then there was a little bit of a glimmer of hope, as there always is at the beginning of any season in 2019, and we go out there and we lay a fucking egg. We laid a fucking egg against them, a shitty team that, yes, I know they came on in the second half of the year and they got this great damn freshman quarterback, but it was his first fucking game. It was his first fucking game against a defense and a team with some defensive stars that had, I don't know how many goddamn starts between themselves as a defensive unit, but it was a hell of a lot more than anything they'd ever faced before. We should have scared the fuck out of them some bitches, and should have won by at least 3 scores. And guess what happens? We let them hang around, and we end up fucking losing. I was so mad after that, man, and it was mad. I was mad to the point that I wanted to put my head in the sand, and I just wanted to go out and wear my Wade Hampton Generals, my Wade Hampton Generals shirt, my high school team, for the rest of the year. So I'm gonna support the Wade Hampton Generals. That's where I played in high school, and that's who I'm pulling for the rest of the year. And fuck college football because my Gamecocks suck. Fuck the NFL because my fucking Panthers suck. Fuck the damn whatever league it is because Vince McMahon sucks. I was just done, man. I was so mad. It was just it began the end, and then we went out the next week and we scored like 70 points against Charleston Southern. I was like, "Ooh, here we go.
We're back.
Maybe we can do it." And then the next week we go out against Alabama and we scored 4. Oh my God, we scored 14 points in the first half. Maybe we can do it. Well, we were 1-2, but we were by God we were a fighting 1-2. By God we were a fighting 1-2.
We were the best 1-2 team in the country at the time.
We go play Missouri, and we fucking that kid he don't even know the damn rules of the damn game, and he shitbags a fucking pass for a damn touchdown against a fucking linebacker. A rock head, dumb son of a bitch named Caleb. That's why I'm smart. Because his name, Caleb Garrett. Cale Garrett. That's why I'm smart. And because my name's Cale Hall, Carolina Jackpot. He picks up that fumble, turns it for a touchdown because nobody knew it was a damn touchdown except him, the whole stadium. Guess why? He's smart. His name's Cale. And he just fucking the season went down from there. That was probably the point right then when I was like, God damn, man. I'm like, what is wrong here? I mean, why are we so shitty? And I was done probably after that one, to be honest with you. But the North Carolina one set it into motion. Charleston Southern paused it for a minute. Alabama paused it for a minute. Missouri got it cranked up again, and then Missouri set it into high motion, and it's just I was done after that one. That was the worst shit I ever seen in my life, and that bore that out because Missouri ended up being they were fucking horrible. They were probably the worst team in the SEC East at the end of the year. If you want to take, they were worse than Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt beat their ass.
Vanderbilt beat them, by the way.
Yeah,
Vandy beat them,
their ass, but guess what? They beat the shit out of us. So we're fucking dick sucking. That was our shit.
God damn. God damn. Anyway, yeah, well, we know how Cale feels about Will Muschamp. We know that now.
We do.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. So you agree with Brian McClendon leaving? The math doesn't work for me because million, which what he would have got would have been 2 plus the 2 point or plus 200,000, so 2.2 million. He's slated to make around $300,000 this year, $300,000 next year. Comrade says he's betting on himself. If you subtract that from the $2.2 million, he's still $1.6 million in the hole. Yeah. I'm with Kale. He got out of that shithole in a matter of seconds. Speaking of North Carolina, I posted this on my blog page. North Carolina, as of right now, has the number. Is Kale pissing on the show? Holy shit, Kale.
No, he's not.
What?
Yeah.
I'm looking for a Debbie cake.
But as of right now, North
Carolina.
Carolina.
Leave me alone. Goddamn. I don't have enough money to put a fucking light in here. Shit.
Well, God, Kale, if you need help with light bulbs, I can send you some
raise every once in a while. I'd be able to fucking afford this shit.
I'll double your pay for the show right now.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'll be able to
Anyway.
give us a little bit of illumination.
Anyway.
I'm just kidding. Honestly, I was peeing, but
that's okay. You gotta take a leak sometime.
Damn, we all gotta do it.
That's our first live piss on the show. Thank you for that, Kale.
Live pisses.
Oh, you pissed before?
It's not because here's the thing. One time before, I did it. Here's my thing. When I first started doing it with you guys, and doing the podcast, not the other stuff, I started doing the podcast, and like one night, it ran really long, and Mike just kept talking. He's talking. I'm like, God damn, some bitch, shut up for a second. And fuck, I had to pee. I had to fucking pee.
That's why I kept talking, so you could piss. That's why.
Oh, God dang it. I didn't want to do that because I was new and I was fucking like, I don't want to fuck with anybody. So I walked in here and I did like I did when I was a freshman at the Citadel when Nick Merritt was like in the 4th grade. By the way, good Facebook friend of ours who also went to the Citadel.
He's saving the world right now. He's saving the world.
I whipped it out and I peed in the sink. I was like, nobody's going to know what the hell I did. I peed in the sink on the podcast while I'm holding the phone up like this. And in the Facebook rooms a few weeks later, Chris Driver said, are we going to get to see Kale piss on himself like he did before? I'm like, how in the hell does this super tone bitch know what the hell I did 3 weeks ago? I'm like, he's like a damn, I don't know what. I'm like, he doesn't have the damn common sense to get out of the damm lane. But he knows what the hell I did in my damn sink 3 weeks ago. Fuck you, Chris Driver.
Kale, hold on. Just to clarify for the people listening in the back, are you telling me you whipped it out and pissed in the sink one time on the podcast?
I did because I didn't want to damn miss anything. I didn't know that I couldn't. I didn't want to fuck the podcast up. I peed in the sink.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And the thing is, when I'm talking about the Citadel when I was a freshman there. You didn't want to have to fucking get out after 11 o'clock at night on the quad and ask for permission to go use the head. So you would go urinate in the sink if you had to, and you scrub it out with comment and wash it down the sink. Nobody would ever fucking know the difference or whatever the fuck. Okay, so that was just like common practice. Now, of course, that was in 1994, and that was pre-COVID days. So it was common practice, but I did that here one night, and I'm like, how in the hell does this son of a bitch know that I peed in the sink? Does he have a pecker tracker on me?
Chris, he might.
He might very well because he's just kind of a weird, kooky sort of cat,
Goddamn.
Goddamn!
For those years, because that racist comment he made one time in the Facebook room, I kicked him out for a while, and he's like, "No, I didn't do that." You was racist, not me. I'm like, no, I didn't do it. You did. He's never owned up to it, but
he had some meltdowns, the driver.
Chris Driver.
He gets a little bit squirrely sometimes.
And
holy fucking shit. Cale, are you going to delete this video tomorrow from the YouTube channel?
No.
Okay.
Have I ever?
I'm just asking because you come live on the show and said that the comrade ran his mouth so much one time you just whipped it out and pissed in the sink. That's what you do to people, comrade. You make them piss in the sink. That's what you bring to the show.
That's what I do.
Make good people like Cale Hall piss in the sink.
That's what I do.
That's all you do.
That's what I do, bro. Real talk.
Cale and comrade, I tell you what, I want to go over this all-decade team so we can say we had something in the podcast.
So we really went down a lot of rabbit holes tonight. We went from EPN to Saints.
Just change. Let's
Southern Comfort at 1995 Fall Brawl.
Let's save this team for Wednesday. We're running out of topics. And just call this podcast the Rabbit Hole Podcast, or Cale Takes a Piss. Either one. Okay. Rename the show. Okay, the episode as Cale Takes a Piss in a Rabbit Hole. How about that one? And then we'll say
we can do that. But I tell you what, I want to. Can we talk about 3.5 forks for a minute and refunds, or can we not get into that tonight?
That's the word of the street segment. That's like a special edition of the show. Word of the street.
I'll leave for a show. I can come back in.
Yeah, you can leave and come back in. You want to do that?
I'm going to leave for a minute, and then you add me back in because I can't hear you.
Okay, do that. I don't know what the hell's going on with Cale. Holy shit, Cale.
Word on the street.
Well, anyway, I don't know where to go from here, Mike.
We should. I gotta share that story with Rich Long now. Rich, if you're on, I'll send you a Facebook message of some information we found out.
Curious.
I whipped it out.
Go for a minute, but I'll tell you what, man. This wow.
Cale unplugged.
Yeah, Cale unplugged. There, let's see here. As soon as Cale's coming back here, let's add him back to the stream. And there he is. Hello, Cale Hall.
Hey.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Cale.
Okay. It's a lot of static.
A lot of static. I don't know what's causing it. Let me try to see if that does the trick. There we go. Oh, well, he left again. Anyway. Stays on to piss in the sink. This video might go viral there, comrade.
Viral. It's going to be called COVID-20.
I don't even know. Like the name of this was supposed to be All-Decade Team and a Gamecock coach leaves and pays to leave. We didn't talk about any of that.
I think we should rename it Cale Hall Pisses in a Rabbit Hole.
Cale Hall Pisses in a Rabbit Hole.
I think that's the name. That sums up the episode perfectly.
Well, there's that. I think we should just end it from here, Mike. I don't.
So Wednesday we'll do the all-decade team. A little preview. All-decade team.
No, Wednesday is supposed to be our NFL draft day. So, we're supposed to talk about the NFL draft on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Well, we can save the decade team for next Sunday. Then we have to save material. So,
yeah, but we got NFL pre and then NFL post draft on Sunday.
Well, we can push it back 3 episodes from now. We need shit because trust me, I don't think the shit's ending anytime soon. So we need some. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, David E. All right. Well, The weirdest edition.
Refund money if you don't do a good job. If you are a person who is in, I don't know, if you do anything, you fix things, you remodel things, you put down floors, and you do a shit job, refund money, people. That's all. That's all I'm going to say.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this show is a wrap.